Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to share 6 money traps that I see so many people falling into, whether these are friends or family members or someone else around me. And I think these can be really detrimental money traps to fall into that can end up costing you thousands of dollars. It can end up stunting your growth in terms of wealth. And it can cause a lot of other problems as well outside of just money problems. So let's go ahead and just jump into these here. And so I think one of the first money problems that I see a lot of people making is they're on a different page with their spouse in regards to finances. So if you're not on the same page with your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, the person that you might be living with, if you're not on the same page with them financially, there's going to be a lot of problems. Now, I'm not talking about, making the same amount of money or something like that. I'm talking about when you are in a relationship where one person is, budgeting and saving and investing, and the other is just completely just blowing all of their cash, not saving money, spending all of the other person's money, and it gets pretty sticky and, not a very good situation. In fact, if you look at the top reasons for why people get divorced, one of those top reasons is due to money problems. And I don't want to go and say that, money problems are the number one problem for relationships because, there's a lot of other things that can go in there. But if you're not on the same page, it's going to be a big problem. This water's really good. The next big money trap that a lot of people fall into, it's sales. I think it's the biggest gimmick, the biggest scam in the world here are sales because, people are trained from day one when we're born that sales are good. You save money when you buy something that's on sale. And I just think most of this is not true. And so to be honest, I would say that I don't really believe in sales. So just for an example here, let's say that something is 30% off and it used to be $100 and now it's only $70. Wow, what a great deal, right? We're saving 30%. But truth be told, at the end of the day, maybe you bought that, you spent $70. You have $70 less now than what you had before after saving this 30% off. So you see where I'm going with that there? That sales still end up making you spend more money. Now, it's okay. It's debatable in some cases. Yes, if something is a really good deal and you were going to buy it anyway, then yes, that makes sense. But I think when sales get people, and there's a reason why so many stores have sales all the time. If you walk into Kohl's, I used to go to Kohl's when I was in high school or something to buy shoes or some t-shirts. And they always had so many sales. It was insane. They're this thing's 20% off. Then you take another 40% off that. And then you subtract 15% from that. And then we give you this $10 Kohl's cash. And it was honestly confusing to me. I didn't even know what the hell was going on. But all of this, all said and done, I still end up spending so much money when I would go there and try to buy something, even though it had all these sales, because they would basically just mark the price up and then say that it's 20% off. So yeah, just in general, I don't really believe in sales. Couponing as well, I suppose you could save some money with coupons if you were already planning on buying something. But generally speaking, I just try not to let sales affect my buying decision. Okay, so another serious problem that so many Americans face is that they don't have any type of automatic savings or investing. And so when their money comes in every other week, usually people get paid every other week, maybe you get paid once a month, or maybe you get paid on a weekly basis, they don't automatically have money taken out. So basically they're not paying themselves first. And so this creates a problem where it's hard to actually start investing. It's hard to actually start saving money. So what I suggest doing is literally the day that you get paid, you subtract money that's automatically taken out of your bank account on that day, and it goes to an investing account or it goes to a savings account or a crypto account. It doesn't really matter. Just anything that can be going towards your long-term financial future. I think this is a really important step that so many miss. And so, maybe if they don't have automatic savings and investing, they'll just randomly pull some money out from time to time and put it in an investing account. They'll pull out $500 here, then they'll forget about it for 3 months, then they'll pull out another $1,000 many months down the road. So just stick with something like automatic savings or investing with those auto withdrawals. And so that actually leads me to the sponsor for today's video, which is Wealthfront. So one thing that I do to diversify and mitigate some of the risk in my personal investments is by investing a portion of my income on Wealthfront. So Wealthfront is the sponsor for today's video, and I wanted to explain why I invest about 20% of my income through this platform. So Wealthfront is an automated investing platform that allows you to passively invest into the markets with a diversified, customizable portfolio that helps you achieve your financial goals. So I set some pretty lofty financial goals this year, and thanks to Wealthfront, I've been able to set up automatic deposits into my Wealthfront account, which then get invested into various assets depending on my risk tolerance. And so I think the best part about Wealthfront is that it can be totally passive, taking up very little of your time, yet it doesn't take away too much control over your investments. So there's over 239 different investments that you can choose from on the platform. And going along with the initial point here, it's something that I use to manage risk. So in case I make a series of like really stupid, unfortunate investments in my personal life or in my degenerate day trading, meme stock activities, Wealthfront helps me sleep at night knowing that I have a curated and diversified portfolio that really just genuinely feels good and puts me at ease. And so they just launched a YouTube channel with helpful tips about personal finance and deep dives into the product. So if you want to learn more, I'll link to their channel down in the description below. And if you want to start investing with Wealthfront, you can go to wealthfront.com/Nate and get your first $5,000 managed for free, or you can click on the link in the description as well. So thanks to Wealthfront for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now let's continue on with the next money trap. All right, so here's another massive, basically a fallacy or a money trap that people can fall into. And it's not understanding the concept of a sunk cost. So the basic idea of a sunk cost is that it's something that the cost has already been incurred, and so you shouldn't take that into consideration moving forward from where you are today. All right, so here's a perfect example of what a sunk cost is. Let's say that a company invests into something, like maybe they are trying to like build a new building, and they have all kinds of problems with it, and it gets to the point where like they've spent millions of dollars and the whole building's just not working out, the foundation's wrong, everything's bad about it. Now at this point going forward, you should realize that you've already sunk money into it. And so the problem here actually is that people, they have this sunk cost fallacy. They say, hey, we already spent millions of dollars on this. We have to make sure that this works now. We have to make sure that this goes through. And this is what a sunk cost fallacy is. Realistically, what you should do is from the current point that you are at, regardless of the money that you already sunk into it that didn't work out, you should go forward from where you are today, like not basing it off of the money that you've already spent and already potentially wasted. And so, you know, I see this in other things as well, like in investing. Let's say that you invested money into a stock and the stock went down 50%. I see a lot of people throwing good money after bad, essentially, that, you know, that's a sunk cost. Maybe you lost 50%, but you can't recuperate that. You can't get that money back. So going forward from where you are today, you should base your decisions off of the future instead of the money that you've sunk into it in the past. So to further explain this, I mean, here's a nice little like cartoon thing that I found. Basically, you know, someone bought a bunch of lottery tickets. They already sunk money into it. So now they're like, well, gee, I already spent $20 on lottery tickets. I have to make this money back. This happens with gamblers. This happens with investors. It happens all the time for so many people. Okay, so another huge money trap is any type of no money down or little money down plans, whether this is like you're buying a car and they say, oh, you know, $0 down. Basically, whenever I see something that says $0 down, pay us 6 months from now, I always get very, very skeptical, because honestly, in almost every single case, when you see something like this, they're going to be making money off of you. And they tend to prey on people who are living paycheck to paycheck. So I've seen this with all kinds of stuff, like with televisions, with sofas. Like you'll go to a furniture store and they'll say, you know, here's this $4,000 couch. You say, well, you know, I was looking for really like a $300 couch because I don't have too much money. And somehow they say, you know what, don't worry about it. Your budget's $300. We can give you like $0 down for a year. You don't pay anything until like, you know, 2025. Don't worry about it. Those are the worst plans. Don't fall into those. So many people fall into them. Please, please, please avoid those $0 down things. Even things like I see Affirm and all these other ones like Afterpay, where you can spread it out over many other months. Here's my rule of thumb. If you can't afford to buy it outright right now in cash, then don't buy it at all. And that goes for almost any type of purchase, unless we're getting to a large purchase, like maybe a car or a house. You know, if you don't have cash to buy that thing, like that's okay. But as a general rule of thumb, if you can't afford to buy it in cash, in whole, right now, then don't buy it at all. You know, when you go to the mattress store, I went to the mattress store the other week, and it was crazy. Like, I didn't even know you could get mattresses for $5,000, but they were trying to tell me, look, get this mattress, you pay 0% interest, it's only $40 a month for the next 6 years. And I was like, whoa, 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 hold on. I'm not paying for a mattress for 6 years, even though it's $40 a month. That adds up to astronomical amounts over a long period of time. So spend some time understanding interest rates, loans, these $0 down plans, the payday loans. Those are some of the worst things. Don't ever do payday loans, please. I hate payday loans. I honestly think that they should almost be illegal. They prey off of people. But, you know, free markets, whatever. So that just bundled everything right there. Just be careful with all of that. Educate yourself on how that works, because people just get preyed on, especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck, and especially if you're in like the lower middle class. All right, so I want to share the most important money trap or money problem that so many of us face. And it's essentially just letting others instill their own limitations onto you. So humans have this insane habit where we put our thoughts about ourselves onto other people. And so realistically, like there really are no limitations in life. I mean, you can do anything. If you want to make $1 billion, you can do it. You don't have to be a genius. That's really what I believe. But so many people are going to tell you what you can and cannot do. And so let's say that you're not making very much money today. A lot of people around you are probably going to tell you, no, you know, you're not smart enough. You didn't go to college. You're incapable of doing that. Just stick to what you know. Stop trying so much. Why aren't you hanging out with us on the weekends? They're going to tell you so many things. And I think a lot of it is just because, you know, especially like from what I saw when I was, you know, trying to grow with some businesses and grow my investments, what I found is that some of my friends around me, I think they didn't like that I was striving for these things, that I was going for these things, because I think it made them feel a little bit weird about themselves. Like they said, you know, this is making me feel uncomfortable because here's somebody who's trying to succeed at something and I'm not. And so therefore, let me put that person down as well. And, you know, I don't want this to be like some sappy motivational crap or something, because I hate that stuff. But genuinely, I really believe that there are no limitations on life. And I think one of the biggest problems that I had is like, I had like this imposter syndrome where I was like, you know, I'm not very smart, which honestly, like genuinely, I'm not that smart. If you look at like my grades in school or SATs or, you know, I've never taken an IQ test, but I'm genuinely not that smart. But, you know, I can look at that and say, well, therefore I'm not going to be successful. Or you can say, you know what, the hell with that. You don't even have to be that smart to succeed. You can still do a lot of other things to make money or to build businesses where you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So don't let other people's limitations like put you down and tell you what you can and cannot do. I genuinely do believe that you can do anything in this world. So those are some of the different money traps that people face. So if you found this video to be valuable, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go ahead, check out Wealthfront if you want to sign up for them, start investing. I always love when they sponsor my videos. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see everybody in next week's video.